Hey everybody, Adam here at Hometown Acres. Welcome back. So over the last few weeks, it has been way too hot to be doing any firewood bundling out in direct sunlight. So we moved our firewood bundling station up into the garage. I'll show you what we got going on here. So if you've been following our channel for a while, you know that normally I like to take the firewood bundler right out to my firewood piles, and that way I can just pull them right off the stacks, throw them in the bundler, bundle them up, and then I throw them right into these IBC totes. But like I said, it's been way too hot out lately, so I moved everything up here. I've been bringing side-by-side loads of wood up into the garage, then putting them on the bundler, and then getting them there. I know it's an extra step, but it really helps to get out of the heat, makes it a lot easier. That is the one thing I can tell you about running a firewood business is the way that you process the firewood is constantly changing. You're always finding different ways to do things, ways to do it better, ways to do it smarter, ways to do it faster. That's the one constant in firewood, is that it's always changing. Speaking of things always changing, we have been selling a ton of firewood bundles lately, and I've been running that Toyota Tacoma into the ground carrying these large IBC totes in the back there. So the Tacoma is gone and we have a new pickup truck. I'll show you that right now. There it is. There's the new Hometown Acres pickup truck. We ended up going with the Ford F-150. It's a 2016. It's got the V8 in it. The crew cab, 6.5 foot bed. I always buy my pickup trucks with a longer bed. Those 5.5 foot beds I'm not a big fan of. But the reason we ended up going with Ford was because one of those videos a couple weeks ago, I asked you guys for your best Ford, Chevy, Dodge debate. And it seemed like everybody's number 1 or 2 pick was a Chevy or a Ford or a Dodge or a Ford. And I figured since most people's common ground there was a Ford, that's what we ended up going with, and that's where we put our money. So far, I'm really impressed with this F-150. My payload capacity jumped up from 1,200 pounds on the Tacoma to 2,200 pounds with this, and my towing capacity went from 6,700 pounds to about 9,000 pounds. So now I can pull a dump trailer around town to go get logs. But anyway, I've done a few deliveries with this already, throwing those IBC baskets full of bundlewood out to a few of my customers. And the suspension sag on this, when I set down one of those big firewood baskets, is only a couple inches. On the Tacoma, my wheel wells were almost touching my tires whenever I'd set one of those baskets down in there. And again, I know it's a mid-size truck versus a full size, but still, big improvement, and I'm really happy to have it. But anyway, what we're gonna go do today is take the F-150 out on the Maiden voyage to go out and actually get firewood instead of just doing deliveries with it. So we're gonna take advantage of this 6.5 foot bed here, load it full of wood, and see how she handles it. Stick around. Well, there you go. That is a pretty full load of red oak there. Now, granted, this stuff here is pretty dead and seasoned, so it doesn't weigh nearly as much as green red oak, but this stuff will split real nice and be ready for the bundler immediately. And in case you were wondering, the F-150 really isn't squatting a whole heck of a lot, maybe a couple inches. All right, so I just got back and got all this red oak rolled out of the back of the Ford there, and I realized I didn't tell you guys where I was going to get this firewood. So my tree guy that I know, that's actually an abandoned lot that he used to dump at before we got to know each other. Now he brings all his loads of logs here, but you can see from that drone shot that that's where he used to dump all his loads. There's probably no less than a dozen or 15 dump trailer full loads of wood there. And he hasn't dumped there for probably 2 years. So everything that's there is dry and seasoned and ready to go. So if I'm ever in a pinch for dry wood, I can just run over there with a chainsaw, cut up some logs, bring them back here, split them and bundle them, and get them right out the door in a hurry. That's one thing I'd recommend to any of you guys out there thinking about selling some firewood on the side. Build yourself a relationship with an arborist or a logger or something like that. Once you have a relationship with somebody who stays busy doing that line of work, you'll have no shortage of wood coming in. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.